a lot of those are still early stage, some pre-revenue. Satellite companies will probably have more where you'll see them producing revenue. So it takes high risk capital, but you now have things like Virgin Galactic, which has had a very long development program, but they went public through a SPAC. And you have, I think, Momentous, which is kind of a in-space tug and infrastructure company out of Silicon Valley. They're going public through a SPAC. So there's going to be some ways people kind of be able to kind of like put a little, Wall Street, put a little money in and kind of gauge this. So there's maybe not a ton of diversity, but if somebody wanted to kind of explore a little more, there's now some like ETFs that are trying to explore space as a theme. Although you look at them and sometimes what they will define as like space companies pretty broad. Yeah. They'll include maybe telecommunications companies, or maybe they'll say in their thesis that they're also considering like AI and maybe, space companies can use AI, but if you're just investing in
what if you're say just an accredited investor, you want to invest in some private space technology? I mean, are there conferences people can go to? Are there resources of, websites? How do people even find these opportunities? Well, and interview management teams.
So yes. So on the conference side, this space industry was notoriously guilty for having a lot of conferences. And I'm actually hoping that the pandemic in some ways can rein it back a little bit. Things are online, but it was getting to the point where it's like too much travel. And maybe that was a positive sign for the industry when you see a lot of new conference organizers from outside of the industry.
Too much travel. Wait till you can get to the moon on a whim.
Yeah, exactly. That was,
they're going to do conferences on the moon someday when that happens.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to live on the moon, but like to hang out for like a week or something, all the fun activities. I mean, I could see the moon. Well, maybe when I'm old, it'll be a good place for your bones because it's like, it won't be as painful. You can jump around. You can still have a lot of fun. It might be a better place to be than. I wrote a book that came out, give this shameless plug at least once, called Space is Open for Business, the Industry That Can Transform Humanity. It's been very well received by people, experts in and out of the industry. It's a great introduction to this industry for those who want to know sort of both broadly and deeply about, how it's affecting us economically and socially, where the potential opportunities are. I don't exactly know how this is all going to go down, but I do sort of share the verticals and the way that one can explore things. And one thing I sort of suggest is I said, hey, if your specialty is maybe you're a doctor or an insurance agent or whatever it is, think about what's in your own backyard, both literally and proverbially. And there might be a business case that's not yet been explored. So if you want to start something entrepreneurial, that's a great way. Or if you're just investing and saying, well, gosh, I can't invest in rockets because that's just way too foreign. I need something more in my comfort zone. Look for businesses that might be more in what you're comfortable with or passionate about and see if there's something that's kind of got a space theme thrown over it.
If
you are accredited,
invest in something very, very niche, a moonshot investment, literally.
So there are frontier investment platforms now that are now focused on things. They're almost kind of like you're funding R&D, very low technology readiness level, TRL level, things that are just barely out of a lab, maybe academic. They've got some IP and they'll say these are the potential use cases, got like some of this government funding, but still like high risk.
Do you have some websites or resources that you could point out?
Absolutely. We can start with some. My friends at Propel X is a frontier platform. I know that Space Angels is still available. My friends at Syndicate, I think it's 708, Doug and Ellen who manage it, and Syndicate 708. Okay. They're doing great work. My friends at Starburst Accelerators doing really good work globally. They're more of a kind of like this. They're different. Although they have accelerator in their name, they're kind of like a external business development for some growth aerospace companies on the aviation and space side. But they're just doing a wonderful job kind of building community all around the world. That's my friends at Starburst.
All right, very cool.